Hello and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. I have two 40% alcohol blended Scotch whiskies, and they're both common where I live. I don't know about where you live, but this is Clan MacGregor. Walmart sells it, Mathern sells it, Winn-Dixie sells it. Notice that all three stores that I just named have gone to the big plastic handle bottle only, the 1,750 milliliter bottle, and they don't sell this 25.4 ounce bottle anymore. A blend of our finest malt and grain whiskeys. Clan MacGregor, introduced in 1934, believe it or not. There's a lion with a crown for the King of Scotland, Charles III, I guess. A product of Scotland, but it's bottled in New Jersey, and it's always been bottled in New Jersey. I was looking at old advertisements from the 1930s. Now, I'm not going to say they spent a lot of money on their advertising. It was black and white advertisement, kind of inexpensive, but it was saying that this is a really good blended Scotch, and it's cheaper because we bottle it in New Jersey, which saves on shipping, which I'm sure that does. And there's a write-up on the back. It's aged 3 years, so it's minimally aged. It's got a olive green bottle that protects it from light. Not as good as brown, but it's better than clear like this one. Clear bottles don't protect the whiskeys from light. Light can damage the whiskey if it's just sitting out there under those lights for too long. It'll really ruin beer quickly, light, but takes a while for whiskey, but it will ruin it. Okay, imported from Scotland. This was bottled in Kentucky. There's a clipper ship, which is no longer used for shipping products across the ocean. Winn-Dixie, founded in 1955. This is a private label, like it says on the website link I put below. It's exclusive to Winn-Dixie. You can only buy it there, and you have to go in the store to buy it. You can't get it like curbside or delivered to your home, because they do deliver to people order groceries or get a curbside pickup, but they don't. Not for the liquors. Probably a law against that. Okay, but anyway, it's $16.99 till the end of next month, till August 25th. So $16.99 for this big bottle. Sells pretty well around here for utilitarian purposes, like, some kind of family get together, for instance. They want a bunch of inexpensive whiskeys and rums and vodkas on the shelf. And so people stocked it for the party. I never had it until I bought this bottle. And the only reason I bought the bottle is because it exists. It's common in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. And Winn-Dixie was bought by Aldi earlier this year. And some people theorize they did that to get their hand in on the liquor market down here and the hot deli market, seafood, because those stores were full supermarkets. Seafood department, fresh seafood, raw, hot deli, sushi area. Used to have pharmacies, but they got out of that business. All right, and bakery. They have bread and cakes that they make. Okay, but anyway, I remember this 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. It was in glass bottles back 50 years ago, but yeah, I didn't pay any mind to it, and I don't think I was amazed by it or took any note of it, except that I remember people having it. That's as far as that goes. Now, since Aldi bought it, what's going to happen with Winn-Dixie? I don't know. No one knows. They know, I guess. They're already converting one Winn-Dixie into Aldi in Metairie, Louisiana, which may be a success, maybe a big mistake. Clan MacGregor's website is not functioning right now. They hadn't updated it in years. And they had a section on there about the new label. This new label's been around since 2015. So Now there is a new label for 2024. You might have noticed different. I'm not too keen on it, but it doesn't look bad. It's a different label, and they might be redoing the website. What I'm saying, they might be updating it. But I put the link to William Grant and Sons below, and if you click, but nothing comes up. So if you click on Clan MacGregor, it says not able to reach the website. So I think either they're just going to drop it and not have a site, or they're updating it with the new label and write up and everything about that. Okay, but it is owned by William Grant and Sons. I don't know how long. I don't think they originated it, but they may have. And that's the first Scotch whiskey I ever tried of any type, single malt or blended. First time I ever tried Scotch was Clan MacGregor, and that was in like 2016 or 2017. And I've always liked it. Now I got a great deal. Like I was telling you that all the stores around here, I don't know about the whole United States, but around here they wanted to get rid of the glass bottles for whatever weird reason. And Walmart, you know how Walmart is, when they want to get rid of something, they just discount it to basically give away. So those bottles were $5. They had a $5 closeout sale. So I bought 2 bottles, $5. And I got 2 of these for 10. I got 1 unopened, so I couldn't pass it up. I mean, I could have, but I wasn't going to. Okay, now the WD and the Clan MacGregor, I noticed, are both very light. Straw. And they don't appear to have any caramel coloring added. I don't know how long the Winn-Dixie is aged, because the WD Liquors Blended Scotch whiskey has no age statement on it. We know it's at least 3 years, but I don't know. So the youngest whiskey would be 3 years, but I don't know how long it's aged. And it could vary, year to year. It might taste different year to year, because I mean, this stuff is really cheap. I smell whiskey already from the glasses. Wesley S. Thymer says, "Morning, Jay. I just watched your Seagram's review. Good review as always." Oh, thank you. But which Seagram's? Because I've reviewed Seagram's gin, Seagram's Distiller's Reserve gin, which is hard to find, a little bit more expensive, a little good deal better too. I've reviewed Seagram's 7 Crown whiskey, American blended whiskey, Seagram's VO Canadian blended whiskey, and I've reviewed Seagram's VO Gold 8-year aged Seagram's whiskey, introduced in 1998, scheduled for cancellation in 2017, but they got bought. That brand and facilities were bought by the Sazerac company, and they kept it. They said, no, we're going to keep it. Diageo was going to dump it, but they said, no, we're going to keep it. So, I mean, obviously that's what they said, because it's still around. You can see fresh bottles coming in. Not a real big seller, but it's around. Seagram's Black, I have not tried. Seagram's VO Black, the VO Black, 90 proof. Haven't tried it, but I see that it's on discount at a local store right now for $23.99. Good price. I haven't tried the Seagram's VO Apple, but maybe down the road I will, maybe not. Maybe so, maybe not. The newest one, I can't remember which one I reviewed last. Oh, you're talking about the Seagram's, those flavored malt beverages. Oh, the Seagram's beers. Yeah, flavored beers. Seagram's from New York State, Rochester, New York. Yeah. Found some of those singles. I wasn't buying the whole variety pack, but I did find singles of the new flavors, the summer flavors. They're fine. I mean, most of those things taste the same. It's like you look on a website and they got 25 different flavors, like peach Bellini and raspberry and blueberry and strawberry and orange, but and pineapple. They always have pineapple. They're kind of like the same, just generalized fruit flavor, a lot of sugar. But it's not a bad flavor. I'm not going to say, oh yeah, it's just bad. I used to have that attitude that any flavored beer was wrong. Like you're you shouldn't be doing that. But then I started thinking about it and saying, well, why would it matter? If people want to drink it, let them drink it. It's not really for me. I don't buy flavored beer to drink regularly, but if they want to drink it, fine. Some people frankly just do not like the taste of a regular beer. Lager or expensive beer, cheap beer, they just don't like it. So, but they like fruit flavors, and so they'll buy that. And in the class flavored malt beverage, usually they're pretty good. So I had to walk that back. And it wasn't really walking it back, because that's when you make a comment and then you're trying to weasel out of it. It's just that I was wrong, I think. I'm admitting that. I wish they would make the ABV a little higher, but that's my only complaint, the red color one. Yeah. Well, they actually have introduced a new mid-range, a 5% series, which I don't think I've seen around here. They got the 3.2, the basic ones, which are the most popular. There's a new 5% mid-range, and then they have been making the Seagram's Escape spiked for years. That's the 8% heavy hitters. Like, they got their most popular flavor is Jamaican Me Happy, which is sort of like a fruit punch flavor, Jamaican Me Happy. I can't remember the flavorings they put in it, but you'll go to a store and see both of them side by side. Like at a convenience store, you'll see the Jamaican Me Happy 3.2%. In the same cooler, they'll have the tall can, 23.5-ounce can of the Jamaican Me Happy spiked 8%er. Well, you drink the 8%er, you know you're drinking something. And when you finish, you're going to really know it. And you got to take it slow. I did. It'll really, whoa. I agree. Never tried these whiskeys. Oh, you never tried these? Clan MacGregor's definitely worth checking out. And sometimes you could find a handle, the big thing, for less than $20. Sometimes. This is not worth checking out. Don't buy it. You'll be disappointed. It's not good. Scores like a 72 at the best case. In the best case, a 74, but that's pushing it. So I don't know what they thought they were doing with this. Maybe people just don't care. They buy it and they just don't care how it tastes, because they're going to immediately mix it with syrup and soda water and sugar or bitters or something, orange wedge, and they mask the flavor. Let's hope they're masking the flavor. But there are probably people in this town that buy this stuff every month. And they would tell me, you're wrong. You're just a snob or something. That stuff's good. I've been drinking that since 1981 when I turned 20 years old, man. What's wrong with you? Well, 18, really. In Louisiana, the drinking age used to be 18 until 1987. But, well, actually, the drinking age, the age to purchase liquor was 18 until 97, but they were under pressure from the U.S. government. So what Louisiana did was they changed the law, but they put a loophole in the law where it was illegal to buy alcohol at 18, but it wasn't illegal to drink it. And so all the young people would, 18-year-olds, would go to the clubs and the bars and drink, but they would have a friend buy it for them. Then the U.S. government really got wise to it, and we're like, no, you can't do that. Not that they could tell Louisiana what their drinking age would be anyway, but they use blackmail of withholding highway construction funds. So they changed it. Now you can't buy it or drink it unless you're with your parents. That's still part of the law. If you're with your parents at a restaurant or at home, you can drink it. At 12 years old, that's the law. I read that. As long as you're at least 12 years old, you can drink. So amazing, huh? I'm not saying they have to serve you, but you're allowed to do it. This has got to be the Winn-Dixie in this aroma. This aroma is too weird caramel. This one is proper. This is like proper Scotch. Nothing too elaborate, just basic fermented and then distilled cereal grains, probably 80% maize, as you say in Europe, or corn, we say here, and 20% single malts, malted barley whiskey. Could be any region of Scotland or a combination thereof. Cheers, taste. Daylight's coming in now. Is it smoky? No. Does it have that baked granny, no, it's a red apple. They show a baked red apple. There might be some fruitiness to it, but I don't see all that. I can't usually pick up all these elaborate flavor notes that the websites claim to have. And I'm not saying they're making that up. I'm saying I can't taste it. It just tastes like I just said, cereal grain, some sweetness, and what you would just describe as basic or generalized whiskey. That's no smoke, no peat, just basic whiskey. And there you go. Craft Beer Tastic says, my guess is the WD product is for the soccer moms out there doing their shopping on a Saturday and their husband put Scotch on the grocery list. So she just blindly grabs it because it says Scotch. And with the economy the way it is these days, yeah, trying to save money. So the price has actually dropped since inflation, this JB inflation, because it used to run around $19.99. Then they had it discount to $17.99. Now they got it down to $16. Now, why would they go so low if prices are going up? Because they can undercut everybody, you see. People might be tempted to buy it, whereas before, during the say 2017 to 2021 years, they would have just said, I'm not spending my money on this stuff. You know, but now it's like people say, maybe I will buy the Food Club's cornflakes. Maybe I will buy the Sure Fine corned beef hash where I used to buy Hormel, you know, stuff like that. So it makes sense. Sup, I'm the one viewer, says Andrew Ayala. Well, there's more than one. And sometimes those numbers don't match. It'll say one viewer, but there's 3 people commenting. So it's like that lags. All right, man, I got to go. Peace out. There's a couple of us here. Haha, says Wesley. Yes. Bye-bye. Greetings from California. Greetings to you, Andrew. Out there at very early morning. You probably still up late. Probably ain't going to sleep yet. Some people do that, stay up all night. I'm like a reverse night owl. I wake up so early, it's like I am up at night, all hours of the night. Like sometimes getting up at 1:40 a.m. to go watch baseball highlights. You said that's extreme. I know it's extreme, but I like it. All right, I like to do it. I don't know why. It's peaceful at night. I went walking this morning at 5:05 a.m. dark. I saw a rabbit. Now the rabbit's used to me now. He like sees me and he just kind of does, or she doesn't run anymore, just watches me. Sometimes I can walk right by it and it'll just watch me. It's dangerous for the rabbits though, because they get used to people and they could get hurt or whatever. But and I saw a lady leaving for work. I know she got to work on Saturday at the Home Depot, so she had to get out there early. This thing here is just a wreck. I know it's the WD. I'll check the label because they are the same appearance. Pale, yeah. This has not won a single taste challenge. It will not win the last 2. It will never win. It's not good, and it's so easily discernible. So it is a total failure, really. You say, well, that's a C-. That's not an F, undrinkable. No, I'm not saying it's undrinkable. I'm not even saying that it's definitively bad, but it may as well be an F, because why would you buy it? You know, I know you made a good point that a housewife might buy it because the husband puts Scotch on the list and she sees a low price. She buys it. Oh, look, honey, I bought this really good deal on Scotch. And he's like, oh. You know, you're like, well, I guess I'll be making some cocktails with this and highballs with this and watching the National Rugby League playoffs or something like that. Clan MacGregor is actually good. It gets, I think it can even get into the low 90s, like 90, A-. It just has good flavor. No, it doesn't have the peat. It doesn't have the smoke, but the flavors they have are pleasant. It's mild. It's nice. It's enjoyable. There's nothing off or wrong about it. Let me get off the air here because I got to go watch the news. I just drank a Beatbox watermelon. I'm going to crack open a Captain Morgan Spice Rum 375. Feels good. Worked all week picking grapes. We get Saturday and Sunday off. It's a relaxing weekend. Oh, that sounds great. All right. Well, y'all take care. And I've never had the Beatbox. All right. Bye-bye.